Now that Linda and I have both had a chance to go through the overview section of our Insights Discovery profiles, we're going to spend some time sharing with each other the key statements that we starred and asking questions to each other about what we might have disagreed with in our own profiles. Why don't you start, Linda? What resonated with you?
Absolutely. So I found the overview section really fascinating. It was really hard for me to land on which of these sentences spoke most to me, but ultimately there's one, and there's certainly a common theme in the overview, and it says that I'm an enthusiastic innovator who's dynamic, assertive, and interested in success. I guess this one resonated most because emotion certainly fuels me, and at the same time, I operate with a lot of conviction, which speaks to the assertiveness piece of me.
And you're obviously very successful as well, so I see that in you too. I'll share one that really stood out for me when I read through the overview for the first time. And quite honestly, when I read it for the first time, I was amazed at how accurate most of it was. This sentence did speak to me. He's comfortable letting others manage the more technical aspects of a project so he can devote his full energies to creating a cooperative, comfortable environment. That sentence really resonates with me because I do spend time creating comfortable environments for people to work in without paying much attention to the way in which we get things done.
Absolutely, definitely agree with that. You're certainly capable of the technical components of projects, but I think you really prefer working more with people than the technical parts. Here's another statement I agreed with in my overview. Linda is creative, imaginative, and not frightened to take the path of maximum resistance in her efforts to produce the best results. I like that sentence too. It speaks to the fact that I'm not afraid of pushback, but it also may be why it says in there to keep me out of antique shops.
I've known that about you since we met 35 years ago. It's why you're so successful in your corporate sales career, and also maybe sometimes why the kids and I know to stay out of your way.
Here's one that I wasn't certain about, so would love some feedback from you here. I'm logical, analytical, and critical, and achieving power is important to me. So I know I can be critical, not super excited about that, but I'm aware of it. But I guess I don't think of myself as logical and certainly not analytical. What do you see?
I don't see you as analytical at all, and I think you're more logical than I am, but still not very much. So what I'm wondering about is this statement, achieving power being important to you. I don't think I agree with that either. So the only part of it I would suggest that might really be true for you is that at times you can be critical, but you know that about yourself. It's like I've always said, when you're critical of me, it helps make me a better husband. Here's one I'd like to get some feedback from you on. It says, he's strong on initiative and creativity, but may often be weak on the completion of projects. Most of this statement I actually agree with, but the word often doesn't seem to fit for me. What do you think?
I definitely agree you're strong on initiative and creativity. I think I see it through a little different set of lenses though. It's not that you don't complete projects, it's just that you have so many balls in the air, you don't always get to all of them. Then when you try to, you feel like you're under a time constraint because you have so many things going on at once. Does that make sense?
It does. I know the feeling I get when I see so many opportunities, and I always see so many opportunities. I'm just not sure which ones to pursue. But at least I know that if I'm focused on my priorities, I do get to the ones that I need to finish. It's really interesting to be able to share some key things that I see in myself, but also to get feedback on the things that I disagree with, because it helps increase my level of self-awareness and self-understanding.
I agree. And now it's your turn. We want you to share the overview section in your profile with someone you trust, who knows you well, who can give you feedback on how you show up to others.